Hi everyone, how are you all doing? My name is Natalie. If this is the first time that you're watching my videos, thank you for stopping by. I hope that if you enjoy what I do and share on this channel, you can subscribe and share with your friends. So in this video, we are going to talk about our first full moon in 2024. The full moon in the sign of Leo, where the moon is at the sign of Leo and the sun is at the sign of Aquarius. It's happening for us on January 26, 1:54 a.m. Hong Kong time, or January 25th, 12:54 p.m. Eastern time. So just the time according to where you are in the world. This full moon is happening with the sun at 5 degrees in Aquarius and 5 degrees in Leo with the moon. So full moon in Leo. Full moon already have that full illumination where the moon is the brightest. It's like the center of tension. It's that accumulation moment where it's like the brightest, the shiniest. And with the sign of Leo is that va-va-voom factor where you're like, look at me factor, right? So this full moon is definitely that look at me moment, but also wrapped with a lot of dynamic aspect happening during this full moon. Let's unfold them. So first of all, I want to say this full moon is just wow, because this full moon is conjuncting Pluto that just entered the sign of Aquarius, right? So this full moon is packed with a dose of, I wouldn't say necessarily heaviness. Maybe for some it is also, it depends on how your natal chart is being aspect from this full moon, right? So some of us might feel more deep, and there's this sense of almost like revelation, right? For some of us. For some, this can be very emotional. It can be a bit tough and tense to work with, where you're really, feeling all those emotions that's been bringing up, because the moon controls the tides of the water on our planet Earth, and we're 70% water. So it also talks about how the moon really can stir up different emotions within us in different phases. So let's talk a little bit deeper. So this full moon is happening with the sun, which is the ruler of this full moon, Leo. The Leo is ruled by the sun. The sun is in Aquarius, conjuncting Pluto. So it's a strong, maybe a little bit dramatic full moon that we're having right now. So having Pluto conjuncting the sun, opposing the moon, which talks about our emotions, these aspects together just really inviting us to really dig deep and look within our heart. Leo rules the heart. Really sink into our heart space, come back to our heart space, dig deep, get down and dirty, and be real, right? Aquarius is all about be real, and Leo too. They just show this energy in a different way, but this is really asking us to sink into the deepest, darkest of our heart space, to really look at ourselves, right? Look at the mirror. Look at our reflection and dig deeper than the reflection to look within. What is it that you truly desire in your life in general, or different aspects, different areas, or more importantly, the houses that is ruled by Leo and Aquarius, right? Really look within. And what do you want? What do you desire? What are your passions? What are your dreams? What ignites you, fire you up? What brings that inner fire up and makes you feel alive, right? So sometimes we're scared because we don't know what we might find out, and we be brought up by all this sorry, but our parents, right? And they are brought up by other generational. So we're born with generational, maybe traumas, beliefs, limiting beliefs, system. And as we grow up, you know, we have all this different construct and constraints set by our so-called government, educational system, all sorts of system, work culture, blah, 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 blah. That really maybe layer by layer cover up our real hearts, right? Like what our heart truly wants from ourselves, and we're even scared to look at them, or maybe we don't even know how to look at them. We don't know what to do with them, right? But this full moon is really asking you, because Pluto is there, we're diving deep to the underworld of our hearts, right? To see what we truly want for ourselves, right? More so, what do you want now? And what do you want in the future? And how can you do what you know now to slowly get there, right? It's not like, oh, everything is just going to happen during this full moon and overnight, and suddenly 24 hours, dang, I'm a different person. I'm like already there. I mean, yes, keep that mindset, but also know that you need to take those inspired action to lay that plan out to get you there as well, right? So this full moon might feel a bit emotional, you know, really hyped up by some senses, and it might really push you to look within, even out of your comfort zone, to look what needs to be looked at. Maybe you've been avoiding, you have been letting it slide, right? And since this full moon ruler, the sun, is in Aquarius, we also want to see what is Aquarius doing and the ruler of Aquarius, right? Because that the ruler of Aquarius, you know, essentially full moon, you always look up and look layer by layer to see who's that big background energy that's not controlled, that's like being laid out of all this full moon. So we can look layer by layer, deeper and deeper to find out. So let's do that little puzzle, right? So the ruler of this full moon is the sun, rules Leo. In Aquarius is conjuncting Pluto, which is what I just talked about. And all these energies ruled by the ruler of Aquarius, which is Saturn. Saturn right now is in Pisces, right? So Saturn in Pisces is really asking us to really look deep within, but also know that we need to make those plans in order to achieve those goals, those desires, to do what you truly want in life, right? Saturn in Pisces also letting us know that, because Pisces is the last zodiac sign in the 12 zodiac signs, oops, sorry, repeat myself, letting us know that in order to go to the next step, next chapter, or in order to get closer to what is it that we truly desire, there are going to be times where we need to let things go. We can't keep on carrying, accumulating more people, situation, things, you know, energies that no longer serve us, especially the current version of yourself. So ask yourself that, are you being held back by something, right? Whether this is something physical, whether this is something mentally or emotionally, energetically, right? What is holding you back from what is it that you want? What do you need to let go? Saturn rules structure too. Maybe perhaps some of the structure, system, pattern, behavior that used to support you to who you are is no longer the same. Let them fall apart, collapse, right? And so that you can build a better foundation structure that works for the current version of you. Neptune, which is also in Pisces, right? So Neptune is also say, well, we do need to dream, right? If we can't even dream, how can we know what's possible, then ground them into reality? So Neptune is also asking us to trust, right? To trust that what we want us to, even though it won't happen overnight, right? We might feel like it's a far-fetched dream, but as we continue to take the inspired action, Saturn and Pisces, we can ground those dreams into reality. But first, we gotta be true to ourselves, which is the sun, the moon, and Leo and Aquarius with Pluto, really digging deep into it. Other aspect that is happening during this full moon, we have Jupiter in Taurus squaring the full moon. So Taurus, where Jupiter is squaring both sun, the moon, and Pluto. Woo. So what I just said, although aspect with Jupiter is being even more exaggerated, right? Jupiter expand everything. So definitely during this weekend, maybe midweek onwards to early next week, you might be feeling all this really hyped up emotions, right? So be mindful and take care of yourself, take care of your energy, be gentle with yourself and others around you. And also, having Jupiter here amplifying what the sun, the moon is inviting us to feel, this is also amplifying the themes with Leo, Aquarius, but also Taurus, which is all about the physical, sensual experience, right? This is also about our self-worth and self-values, which is closely related to this full moon energy as well. So who are you? What do you want? What do you desire, right? Do you trust that you're worthy of what is it that you desire? Or do you feel like something is holding you back? Like I just said, right? So I'm not going to repeat here. Maybe this full moon will also really ask you to dig deeper, to see the connection, the relationship that you have with yourself. Because sometimes our self-worth, our self-values really affect us in what we think we deserve, what we think we can achieve, have, manifest into our reality as well. So Jupiter is also here to asking us to look within, right? Amplifying that full moon energy to look at what is holding us back as well. Our shadows, thoughts, patterns that maybe we avoid, we don't want to face. It might being brought up during this time as well. But also Jupiter and Taurus is saying that when we can truly look at ourselves, look within our hearts to face whatever it is, right? Whether this is our desire, passion, our dreams, looking our shadows, facing them head on and tackling them. This is when we can then also really start to ground what we truly desire into reality as well. Another aspect that is happening that I really want to mention is that we have Mars and Mercury in Capricorn conjuncting. So Mars and Mercury together in the sign of Capricorn can be volatile, can be vocal, can be argumentative, can be conflict and tension, because Mars is that fiery energy that just wants to go. Mercury is that communicating thought process energy. Together, they can be quite volatile. But I'm a little bit less worried because it's in the sign of Capricorn. So it's a bit more constructive, right? Is it really worth my fight? So this is something that you want to pay attention to, because emotions might be hyped up. We might get very emotional. And with this aspect, some of us can get very argumentative, defensive, and, having some really heated argument or discussion or conversation. This is when you decide, do I want to get involved or not, right? But also we have this Mars-Mercury conjunction in Capricorn squaring the North Node and South Node, which is in Libra and Aries. So maybe for some of us, this fight, this confrontation, this conversation, it doesn't have to be just a fight. Maybe this is just a conversation or discussion, right? But this, let's just say this conversation needs to happen, right? Because it's squaring the nodes of fate. It's squaring Aries and Libra. And for some, this can be a very uncomfortable discussion or conversation that you need to have. It is kind of giving you that in order to get what I want, I I might need to push myself out of the comfort zone to have this conversation because it is going to be better for everyone in the long run. Let's just get it out and get it done, right? That kind of feeling. So maybe some of us, this full moon might bring attention to some situation that need to be discussed, a conversation that need to take place, even though if it's hard, if it's tough, if it's gonna make us not, comfortable and happy, but it's better that we have this conversation because something needs to be done or changes needs to happen, right? So this can be that energy as well. And through it all, we do have some supportive energy here. And even though I say it's tough and hard aspect, they are here to allow us to take action to to alleviate it, right? So something can happen. So don't see it as something like, oh my God, it's gonna be so bad, right? Yes, it might be really bad for some of us, but maybe things needs to get worse before it gets better, right? So always have that positive mindset to it as well. And we do have Jupiter in Taurus having a sextile with Saturn, which I just talked about, which is about through it all, you can see that there are actions, plans that you can start making, planning, taking, inspire action that you can take in order to get those little steps to get to what you want, or where you want to go, and so on and so forth. We also have Venus in Capricorn. Venus just entered Capricorn, right? Having a trine with Jupiter as well. So this is another very beautiful and supportive energy that, hey, you know what? Yeah, in the midst of all this tough aspect energies that is happening, we might have some situation, experience, conversation, discussion that really can push us out of the comfort zone. Something maybe need to be let go, an easy topic might need to be brought up, and so on and so forth. But through it all, Venus in Capricorn here, hey, it's okay. Maybe all this has happened because this is going to get you closer to what is it that you truly want, and there's always a way that we can find solution to make it work as well. Venus in Capricorn wants to look for balance, supportive solution, or anything, right? Resolution to a situation. So we do have that beautiful supportive energy in the background. And lastly, Uranus in Taurus. Uranus is also at a standstill, preparing to station direct in the next day. So you might feel all this really hype up energy, emotions and whatnot, but later on in the next couple of days after Uranus station direct, you might know why certain things happen, right? Or maybe Uranus might bring in a little surprise as well to kick it up a notch, maybe, or to finally, because sometimes Uranus is that, let me do it, right? Divine intervention. All this energy being brought up, you're still not doing anything, I'm just gonna come at you and help you do it, right? That can be that energy as well. So see where this full moon, all this aspect is falling in your own natal chart, so you can take a look and see what it might mean for you. It's an overall very eventful full moon with lots of different aspect energy, so quite dynamic and powerful, can be emotional and a bit of dramatic, so just take care of your energy. And right now let's take a look at our full moon spread. Okay, from the tarot we have the Ace of Swords. Wow, okay, is that energy that I just mentioned be real? Ace of Swords, King of Swords is that energy of just speak the truth, right? Digging deep within your heart to know the truth, right? Be true to yourself, to be able to admit that, yeah, this is what I want, this is what I desire, this is where I want to go, how can I get there, right? Yes, Eight of Pentacles, it will require you maybe to get out of your comfort zone, to do something different, to try something new, to put in the work, to take inspired action, to go to where you want, to manifest your dream, right? To have your desires grounded into reality. But keep doing that and you will get to where you want to go. And most of all, you need to face your truth, look within your heart first, so that you can then look at everything and combine them together to really help you become that unstoppable force to head towards where you want to go, right? And know that you're always supported and you're always co-creating with the universe. So have that trust within you as well. And then from the moonology, hello, we have the full moon in where? Leo. New moon in Leo. Shine. Yes, this full moon's ultimate goal is to bring up all these emotions, maybe some tough truth, tough love situation, hard conversation, and all those stuff I just mentioned. But ultimately, it wants you to push through so that you can, oh my God, I need to read this first. And then we have where the sun is, Aquarius. New moon in Aquarius, open up to change. Because all these needs to happen so that we can open up to change. What we think always work or always the same might not be the case. We might need to make some changes in order to shine and be who we truly want to be, right? Look at this. The sun and the moon are both here. This is really asking us to, hey, sometimes we change, and that is okay. Situation change, people change, the world change. Look at the world, right? But be open to all those, and through it all, allow yourself to get in touch with yourself to truly what you want and allow yourself to shine. When you do that, you will inspire others to do the same. Lastly, our oracle card, number 30, TikTok. So 30 breaks down to 3, all by expansion, which is also the energy of this full moon. In TikTok, when you just look at this card in the beginning, you will feel like, oh my God, the time is now, you know, TikTok, time to go, gotta do it, right? Yes, this is definitely true. Maybe you have been feeling all these feels and you didn't take any action, and this full moon is gonna bring everything up for you to look at, right? But another way I wanna look at this is that clock, time, you know, time is such a man-made construct, right? Is time really a real thing? Is time really linear? Like, if we let time to control us, everything will be looked at in a linear way, right? Oh, the past is behind, the future is in front of us, and I'm like 50 years old. I'm no longer a kid. I can't do this. I can't do that. Oh, I'm 30 years old now. I'm supposed to have a job. I'm supposed to have kids. I'm supposed to get married. I'm supposed to do this and that. Suddenly time become a constraint that holds you back from what the hell do you want then, right? So what if I tell you, what if we think that time is not linear? It's just a man-made construct, that we are always constantly doing and creating what we truly want. Right? What if all these things, people, situation, things, feelings, whatnot, they're all just happening simply now? What if everything is just now? You don't need to think about how old you are, where in life you are, what time it is now, but just simply where you are right now. Who are you right now? What do you want right now? What are your desires, passion? What lights you up? And let time stop having control of yourself and start trusting yourself that, you know, you can do whatever it is that you want, whenever you want, as long you go and do it now. That's all that matters, right? So it's never too late, and never say never. So I hope this message helps, and feel free to comment below. Let me know, how are you feeling? Does it resonate? You know, what are you going through? Feel free to come back after the full moon to let me know as well. Where is this full moon happening in your natal chart? And connect with me. Follow me over on IG. I also share other stuff there. I host events and workshops from time to time, and if you want to work with me, I offer all different kinds of astrology readings. I also do akashic records and tarot readings, and I offer energy healing sessions with Reiki energy healing sessions. So if you're interested, contact me below in the description box below, and you can email me there or just DM me over on IG. I would love to see you there as well. I am sending you all so much full moon love and blessings. Have a great full moon. Embrace whatever comes up and allow them to flow through you. Love you all so much. See you in the next video. Bye.